Hey guys, I am back, and we've got two lights to look at from Olight, because Olight is having another really cool sale, and both, let me turn this one the right side up. Both of them are limited edition lights that we're looking at, and two different lights, but they're both on sale the same day. So that's why we're looking at both of them right now today. One of them is just cool tactical light for you. One of them, Olight is donating all the proceeds to charity, and we'll talk about that as we go. But we're looking at primarily the Olight Warrior X. Now there are, I think, 3 different limited edition finishes to this light, and I've wanted to look at this for a while. This is actually a rather expensive light, so if you can get in on a sale or some kind of promotion, awesome. But this is, they don't even call it a flashlight. This is a light thrower. So we'll look at this. And we're also looking at the i5T EoS. So this is one of their smaller, simple functions, but just a good little flashlight. And all the proceeds from this special edition one are going to be used to battle the whole coronavirus thing going on. And if you're not keeping track of that, we want them to fight it where it is before it gets, establish itself here. So, cool stuff to look at from Olight. We're going to look at both of them in this video, and then I'm going to give you the info on the sales and the bundles and everything available. So I think, honestly, what most people are going to be looking at and interested in terms of power and function, everything is going to be the Warrior X, the Warrior X Pro. So let's take a look. Now this comes in, I believe, a desert tan, the OD green, which I have here in front of me right now, and black. Black, I'm pretty sure is not a special edition color, but the desert tan and the OD green are special edition colors, so they're going to be limited edition ones. So once they're sold out, they're sold out. Here's the specs on the light right here, and yes, we will be taking it outside to my little light testing range. But sorry for the shadow from the camera, but there are the specs. And you see it does work with Olight's mount for whatever you'd like to mount it on. It works with the pressure strip on off, and their green and red filter. So let's see, we've got Accessory Box 1, Accessory Box 2, and it's an odd place for the instruction booklet to be. It's usually underneath. So let's see, let's start off here. We got this. We've got standard Olight lanyard. Okay. We've got the magnetic charger for the tail cap. Love their magnetic chargers, they're awesome. And then we have the light itself. Now, it comes in a sheath. So let's start with the sheath right here. So it is nice gauge nylon. It has a belt loop. It is compatible with all your favorite Molly gear. It has a D-ring, so you can clip it on if that's your cup of tea. You can access and charge it right through the sheath there, so you don't need to take it out if you don't require it. You want to keep it protected. It is well protected. Padding and semi-rigid design there, and magnetic closure, so you don't have to fumble with noisy Velcro. There we go. Quiet operation, so you just master it there, but automatic closure, so you're not messing with anything. That's nice. So the light itself has some weight to it, and this is, I would put this in the neighborhood of actual tactical light. So probably not an EDC type light unless you want to carry around something a little heavy. Very pronounced, and I would even say not sharp, but if you take a look, you've got the crown here. It's, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is here, but if you were to give somebody a good whacking with this, it's gonna hurt. It is definitely going to leave some indents, possibly break the skin. So in a secondary, you got to use this as a less than lethal self-defense kind of tool. It's got the weight, heavy up front, and these are going to give a clear message of stay away from me. And that's if you don't blind them with the light, because at, what is it, 2,250 lumens in the face. That's pretty good. Love the OD green finish on the special edition one. I really do like it. So the Warrior X is the previous model. This is a Warrior X Pro, which improves a little bit on it. It has one single button for operation, and that's also where, again, the magnetic charger goes. Charging these things with Olight's magnetic charging system is so easy. That's why I like it so much. You don't even have to be careful. I mean, you don't even have to try. You just grab it, and it finds itself. I mean, you don't even have to try. You just get the magnet and throw it on there, and it finds its way there and it charges, which is really cool. Now this, okay, yeah, we need to. Now, like I said before, this tail cap, not in addition to working with the magnetic charger, is also compatible with some of the other accessories Olight has. When you're putting this, say, on a firearm, they have their magnetic pressure plate that you can use instead of using this, so it can use their weapons mount. They talked about in the instructions some of the other accessories, and like I mentioned as we were looking through it, these are not included, but I have these accessories to show you. So this is the mount and standard rail system. You'd have to take the cap and this little tactical grip off, slide it on, tighten it, and then you can put that back on, and you have this, so you can mount it on whatever you want. And then this is just like the magnetic charger, goes right on, and then you can squeeze this. Wow, that's bright. And that'll let you, this goes on any standard rail system, or you could remove this and, you know, if you Velcro or tape it down or however you, to whatever you have, lets you activate with pressure. So lots of options when using this for however you want. And those are all available on the Olight website or probably through their dealers, you know, third-party places too. This thing gets hot. I'm sure it does with that amount of light. So configured to bleed off some heat. Looks like you've got great grip here. Now, this being the type of light it is, I'm sure it's configured for holding in various firearms-related ways, you know. But you do have a great grip, whether it's wet outside, your hands are dry, your hands are wet, you're wearing gloves or whatever. This is going to provide you with lots of ways to keep hold of that light in any situation. It is relatively compact for a light that puts out this power. You know, like I said, it does have a little bit of weight to it, but you can really get a good grip any way around. And if you are using it in that tactical mode, when it's not mounted, and you are using it for a shooting light or a secondary kind of self-defense, you've got it fits in your hand really, really well to complement whatever else you're holding. Now, I believe that this is actually another kind of grip ring that we can put on over there. I have to consult, yep, tactical grip ring. I have to consult the directions on how we do that. So let's see. Let's do that right now, and then we'll talk about how bright it gets. We got a little bit of oil there. We have to take off this O-ring. Well, we got the battery compartment open. Let's take a look. So it comes with a 5,000 milliamp hour 21700 rechargeable battery by Olight. So that'll stay lit for quite a while, actually. That slides out. I don't know if this O-ring was supposed to come off or not, but that clip just pops right off. This grip goes on. That O-ring never came off, so okay. And this this top fastens down just enough. And so now you have this rubberized tactical grip ring instead of this one. Now this is also where the lanyard fastens to. So you've got your options, and that went on and off very easily, like super easily. Just everything just slid on and off. Did not need to remove that O-ring that it's showing in the picture. Everything slid right over it, and you know, inspecting that O-ring, this one's a little harder to slide. There's no damage to it or anything. It just slides. So I guess that's really up to you with how you choose to rock that grip, which one you want to use. Since I have this one on, I'm going to go with this one since it's already on there. But either one of them gives you a very good grip on this light. Another cool feature of this light that other versions didn't have is it actually has a vibration feature to let you know what your battery status is. Now I am not super familiar, honestly. I don't want to BS you guys. I don't have all the modes memorized, but it has different vibration functions to let you know when your battery is low and needs charging. So instead of having a bunch of LED lights on there, again, they're thinking more tactical for this one, it will vibrate in your hand and let you know what the status is. So a lot of O lights will have a standard on-off function and then secondary kind of tactical features on the tail cap switch. This just has those tactical features on the tail cap switch. So if we just tap momentarily, it stays on. And you see the light I'm throwing down there, right? If you hold it and then let it go, it'll turn off. So if you need this, if you want to use it and keep it on and search an area, you know, you just tap that just for a second, and then you can use it kind of like a standard flashlight, you know, and then turn it off when you're done. If you don't want that light staying on, except for the actual instance where you're choosing, you hold that button down, and as soon as you let that button go, it's off. That's pretty easy. Now, if you want the flashlight on, and this is kind of tricky, if you want it in high mode, you press it all the way in, and that is your 2250 lumen mode. And notice I'm shining it that way, not even anywhere near the camera right now, because we're going to see it outside. If you want your 600 lumens, you kind of press it halfway, and you get your 600 lumen mode, and you know, better on battery life, doesn't get as hot, and you can use this for extended periods of time. The only issue is there is no momentary on. If you press this button all the way in and then let it out, you're only going to go to your 2250 lumen mode. So there's really no way to get that kind of, I'm going to hold the button and then let it go with the 600 lumen mode. 600 lumen mode is really only used for your, I'm going to have the light on for a long period of time. So you're not getting a lot of modes with this light, but that's not what this light is made for. This light is made for, like I said, not your EDC applications. Not that you couldn't use it for that. It is a very strong light if that's kind of what you require in your day-to-day, but it is more of the tactical kind of setup. Now, you always can go from the 600 lumens to your 2250, no problem. You just can't go from 2250 to 600, except it does have that timer to prevent the light from overheating. And I have to correct myself. I've been saying the low mode is 600 lumens because I was reading the 600 on the box, and it'll throw 600 meters. Low mode is 300 lumens, not 600. So you'll turn the light on, you get your 2250 lumens for the purposes of not throwing down that much light and not overheating or anything. It'll automatically bump you down to 44% of that after 2 minutes, which is 990 lumens, which is not bad. Not bad at all. And it'll remain on 990 lumens for 100 minutes, and then it will bump you down again to 300 lumens if you leave it on like that long. You always have the option to go back to your highest mode if you really want that much light all at once. But the chip in there is designed to maximize the life of your light. And in fact, in 300 lumen mode, it has 8 hours until it automatically turns itself off. That's not the whole battery life, but that is how long it will give you before it automatically turns off, just for, you know, heating purposes and everything. So I'm not sure what the actual battery life on this thing is, but it's pretty good. Full charge from a dead battery to a full battery, though, it says is 5.5 hours. It should give you a very long life on that battery. That's a pretty good capacity battery. Simple functions, but to fulfill a very specific, simple purpose. Okay. Let's take a look at the i5T EoS. Now this is oh, look at it, simple but special. This is a simple EDC light. And like I said, it is also a special edition with the blue knurled finish and So here's what we got. 330 lumens. And then, so high is it's 300 lumens, and it will drop down to 30 lumens for battery life and stuff. Low is 15 lumens. You know what I forgot to talk about with this guy? IPX of 8. So it'll let us drop it in at least 1 meter of water for at least 30 minutes. 3 meter impact resistance. And the weight on this guy right there is 8.43 ounces, including the battery. I did say it was a little bit heavy. This also is IPX8. Well, that's pretty good. 1.5 meter impact resistance, and 2.12 ounces. So this is going to be, you know, obviously we know it's a little guy. Now, this is the one where all proceeds of the sale of this on January 31st, which is the sale date, is going directly to medical charity to help with coronavirus research and containment and all that stuff, which right now is a really big deal in China, and we'd like to help combat it before it becomes a big deal anywhere else. Now, I've had a few of these small Olight lights. You know, these are just real convenient. Comes with the standard, you know, little AA alkaline battery. So not rechargeable, but easily replaceable. These kinds of lights, the boys love them because they're so light. They're very small. Excellent in a first aid kit, in any bug out bag, in the glove compartment, you know, in your pocket, anywhere. Great texture for grip right there. I love Olight's kind of blue accents on everything anyway. The way these ones usually work is you will hit that button and double click will bring you to another mode, like so. So before you click it all the way and hit the click, so you're in low, double click, now click it to get the mode you're in. So you can, I want you here to the click. So you're in low mode, double click it for high, but see how I'm not clicking? I'm soft pressing the button. So we can click it in low mode. We can click it in high, and that's how it works. It's very easy. Low, high, and then you click when you're in the mode you want to be in. There's not a whole lot to say about this. It is a very simple pocket light to have. But 300 lumens of light in a package that small is actually, that's pretty good. So the preservation function on this, we'll call it, it's going to give you 3 minutes of 300 lumen light, and then it's going to drop down to 150 lumens for 25 minutes, and then it's going to give you 30 lumens for 122 minutes before it automatically turns off. Or in 15 lumen mode, you've got 20 hours of 15 lumens of light. So, no T word on this one. This is not a tactical light. It's not what it's for. It is strictly a small EDC pocket type light, but with proceeds going to charity, why not pick one up? I mean, these things are really reliable. I've had the other models like this from Olight, and they're just convenient, small, easy to put around places. I like them in you know, first aid kits or trauma kits because When you buy a first aid kit, a lot of times they come with a really crappy flashlight or a little stupid pen light, and these give you the option to have a small light. So the 15 lumen is bright, but for quick pupillary checks and stuff, if you're doing an actual trauma assessment, great. The high mode here is amazing for doing any kind of, care in the dark, when you just need that little bit of light right on top of what you're doing. Other than that, it's just a nice light to have for any kind of incidental stuff. So, and I really like the blue design inside the black. That's very distinctive. So, these are the two lights we're going to be looking at outside. I'm going to talk about the course because I am a total wimp and it's cold outside, so I'm going to talk about it now. So what I have in the backyard, my backyard is basically the woods, but in the grassy area, I have a haunted red shed. I have not confirmed that it is haunted, but you can take my word for it. I'm pretty sure anything that looks like that has to be haunted. I also have a trekking pole. Now, both of them have fire tack reflective range markers on them. And I have measured out specifically from where I'm going to put the camera. The shed is at exactly 100 feet, and the trekking pole is at 50 feet. Now, the wood line is just a little bit behind the shed. So what we're going to do is we're going to take both of these lights outside. We're going to take a look at not only how bright they are, but we're going to look at how much actual light they throw down range. We're going to look at the quality of light. We're going to look at the field of regard, how wide the light is. We're going to see how much light is reflected back at us on those fire tack range markers. They're excellent reflective range markers, by the way, and you'll see that. And we'll get a sense for not just like, is it a bright light, but how effective is that bright light? Is it a spotlight? Does it give us a wide area to light up? And how useful is that light? Because it's one thing to say this flashlight has a lot of lumens, but when you get in a real life scenario, how well does it work? So that's what we're going to look at on my little flashlight course that I set up out there. So I'm going to get everything set up, and I'm going to go outside, and we'll reconvene there. All right, guys. So here we are outside. It's dark. You can't see anything, which is, I guess, what we want. So we're going to test the flashlight. So I have the camera set up. I'm pointing at the haunted red shed right now, all the way down range at 100 feet. I'm going to start with low power mode on the Warrior X Pro. And even in low power mode, that is, and I have it right here on top of the camera. You know what? We don't even need those reflective markers. You can see the reflective markers off to the right. Those are the 50-foot markers, but you've got a wide field of light. I mean, you have the one spotlight in the middle, but look how wide the field of regard is on this light. You can see the reflective markers. This is 45 degrees off to the right, 45 degrees off to the left. You can see the markers in the middle, but you can see the haunted red shed. You can see clear into the wood line, and that's low power. Let's go to high power. Wow, it's like a laser beam. I mean, on the reflective markers over there, they're so bright. I wish you could see what I see naked eye. I don't know how it's going to come out on camera. They're like laser beams coming back at me. You can see off into the wood line over there. Off into the wood line. This is now 45 degrees. And this is 45 degrees. They're not kidding. This thing throws light. This is amazing. I can understand why it gets so hot. This is no joke. I actually like that it's getting hot because it's keeping my hand warm. I'm going to zoom in real quick just so you can see. Let's look off into the woods. Like, you can see clear off into the wood line out there. Do you see why this shed is haunted? And so is that one, but we don't talk about that one. But can you see the brightness on those range markers over there? I mean, that's ridiculous. Holy cow. Holy cow. All right. Let's turn this off, and let's switch to our little guy. which I don't think is going to duplicate that performance, but low power, and you can kind of see, you can see the reflectiveness on the range markers over there. Oop, I switched it to high by accident. So you can see in front of the camera a little bit and the range markers. I don't know if we're going to be able to see. I can just barely see those 100-foot ones naked eye. They look pretty spooky, especially since I've been saying the shed is haunted this whole time. Let's turn to high power. And high power, look, you can actually see the shed and everything. And this is out of this little tiny thing 100 feet away. Now, when we do the 45-degree test, well, you can still see a little bit of light. Look, 45 degrees away, it's resting right on top of the camera. You can still see those range markers over there pretty clearly. Very impressed, actually, with the amount of light you get out of this little guy. 300 lumens at 100 feet, you can see pretty well. I'm going to zoom in. I mean, you can't make out a lot of detail. That looks spooky as hell. Not bad. Once again, I'm going to bring it back down to low power just to see what you can see. I mean, we're dealing with 15 lumens, so in front of the camera right there is pretty good. But at 15 lumens, what do you think you're going to see? It's too far away, not much. Pretty good lights. Excellent test. I mean, there's not a lot of features to show you on these ones, so kind of a short segment outside. But let's get inside and talk about the sale info and what you can expect. All right, guys, that was a pretty awesome test. Both those lights performed better than I expected. Honestly, better than I expected. I would be happy rolling with either one of those in the particular scenarios that they're intended for. I think they're pretty cool. Olight never disappoints. They are my hands-down favorite light brand. They really are. So let's talk about the sale that's coming up on the 31st. So to start with, let's talk about the little guy. Let's talk about the i5T. All sales of the i5T on the 31st, all of them, are going to charity to fight against the coronavirus thing that's going on right now. Okay, the one with the i5T with the blue knurling, that's the special edition that is only available for the charity sale. So there's you know, the i5T, the regular, but this special edition one is only available during that sale. The i5T will be on sale from the 31st to February 2nd. You can get 25% off. The bundle with the i5T and the Warrior X Pro, though, where you get 40% off, that will only be on January 31st. Now, the Warrior X, normally these things, though, the Warrior X Pro in black, that flash sale day is January 31st, like I said. Okay, you're going to get 30% off whether you get the standard black or the limited edition Desert Tan or OD Green. Now, normally the black one is $129.95. You're going to get 30% off, so that's $90.97. The special edition colors are $10 more. They're $139.95. Now, honestly, if you're in the market for a light that does this, I think it's worth the price. After seeing the performance and seeing the specs and seeing the features in it and everything, and the accessories that it can work with, plus you've got the Olight name on it. I know a lot of people will think that's a lot of money for a flashlight, but you're buying, I mean, Olight's customer support, their warranty, their quality is second to none. So you know, the 30% off of the $139.95 is $97.97. Now, if you get the bundles, okay, so the Warrior X in black plus the i5T, that would normally cost you $159.90. So the sale price for both of them together, with the price of the i5T going to charity, is going to cost you, where was it? $95.94. Which is cool because that's still less than the price for two of them together than just the Warrior X Pro, and you're giving some, you know, to fight the virus that might destroy the world. If you've read World War Z, you know that the whole thing starts in China. Not the movie. The movie's stupid. The book. But there's a limit of 2 bundles per person. If you get the Warrior X Pro Desert Camo or OD Green and the i5T at 40% off, from $169.90, the sale price is $101.94. That's also limited to 2 per person. And then there's some free gifts involved. If you spend over $109, you get an i1R2. That's $14.95 for free. And if you spend over $259, you get a Baton Pro for free. That's almost a $90 flashlight right there. That is pretty damn good. So I'll have a link in the video description for where you go to you know, if you're interested in buying. You got to go to that specific website though to do your purchasing, so you can check it out. Olight has a lot of sales all the time, and they always notify me and let me know ahead of time so I can let you guys know like what's on sale and what the deals are and what the bundles are. So all the bundle details will be in the video, and all the sale details will be in the video description, as well as the link. I always am happy to work with Olight because I mean, I've taken their stuff on deployment. I've taken their stuff, you know, I always use it like when there's an emergency, when the power's out, and I mean this sincerely, when the power's out, when something's going on, the light that I grab, or like in my EDC lineup, is an Olight, for sure, 100%. They are always reliable. Always reliable. I will try to answer as many questions as people have. Sometimes they do have questions. I don't get a lot of info. I just get the info to put out there for you guys. So, you know, I can reference you to the Olight website if you want to ask questions. But it is a pretty good deal. If you're in the, like I said, if you're in the market for something anyway, you know, might as well check it out. Maybe you pick something up for yourself. Maybe you pick up a gift. Maybe not. Maybe you just see what they have. Maybe you just like looking at my haunted red shed and knowing that a ghost could come and haunt me at any time. But that's what I've got for you in this video, so I hope you enjoy seeing the performance there. If you guys have comments, if you think there's a way I could improve, something to add to my flashlight testing, please let me know. I'll be glad to do it. I'm very happy to do it. You know, based on your feedback, I eliminated the glowing material test to you guys. A lot of you guys said it just doesn't add anything and it wastes time, so I took it out. Thanks to Olight for providing some cool samples and for the details of the sale so I can get the info out to you before it happens. And as always, you guys are all absolutely awesome. I appreciate every single one of you, and I'll be back again real soon.